You are now listening to the Checkmate Arcade Podcast, episode 180, recorded on July 28th, 2013. Brought to you by Frigid Blast Studios in association with NoobReview.com. Welcome to the Checkmate Arcade Podcast, your home for quarter-munching fun. And get ready to roll for the initiative, suckers! My name is Stephen Boss, that Art Boss Man.
And speaking of initiative, I guess I almost blitzed my way to an Alpha Mox Emerald. I'm MSU Hitman Jason Billingsley.
Oh, dipping into the magic talk.
Yep, and we're still traitors to the tabletop cause as... Sorry, things have been kind of busy, and good things have happened, and bad things have happened on a on a gaming scale, not directly with us, but community, wise. So we're going to get into all that. We're going to tell you what we've been playing since our last episode post E3, and we'll try to fit as much stuff as we can. No news this week because we've just got too long of a break, but.
Well, if we didn't say anything about the one story that started off July, I don't even know how to phrase this. It was a loss. It was a tragic loss.
Yeah, Ryan Davis, co-founder of Giant Bomb, the man behind the podcast and. Probably the most, definitely I think the most visible figure on Giant Bomb. I think Ryan probably did. Gertzman is the more famous of the two, but Ryan did most of the video. I think Ryan was on many more quick looks than Jeff. I think just kind of the two faces of that website and the number one gaming podcast on the internet, and hey, everybody, it's Tuesday. That line will not be repeated as, sadly, while on his honeymoon over the July 4th weekend, Ryan Davis passed away suddenly.
Yeah. And that pretty much killed the entire week once we heard that. So because that happened over July 4th weekend, and I've been working both my jobs, so that second week of July, we just things just didn't work out, and then the following week I was preparing for the Magic tournament that I may talk about here or a little later, and then we had to get something in this week. I'm going to see my family for a couple of days here in the middle of this week. So, we need to get an episode in. Well, it's not even that. It's just not even out of respect, but I just felt like I couldn't put together a show that was worth people listening to after I heard that news. I did not have the will to make a show for quite a while. And now that wasn't to say I wasn't smiling and having fun, but just the energy that we put into the show, I just didn't have it for most of the month. It was a big blow. I didn't know him personally, but after watching and listening to all that content, it felt like he was a good friend, just because I knew him so well.
And I still kind of regret to this day, like I posted about a Facebook photo from when we went to PAX 09 and then PAX East 2010. I regret now not going to the Giant Bomb panels, especially the one in 09 with all you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, Because I mean, there will be other Giant Bomb panels, but it will not be the same.
No, it just won't be the same. Oh, I will miss him very greatly. And he would have wanted everyone to keep smiling, so let's keep doing that. Make the show once again happy and bright and shiny, and roll some dice, both physical and digital. And let's talk about all those games that we have been playing over the past couple weeks, because we've been playing a lot. Alright, so our now playing has runneth over with so many games now. Where do you want to start?
I've got a timeline here pretty well thought out, because once that middle section of the month when I got really busy with both my jobs and the Magic tournament, I pretty much only played like 4 things after that point. So I know what I played before that point. So let's start off with some demos on XBLA, because at the end of June there was a Sega sale. So I tried the demos for Nights Unto Dreams, Space Channel 5 Part 2, and Jet Set Radio.
I'm just going to come out and say this. I played Nights into Dreams a long time ago. Back when you could find demo stations for video game consoles in Sears.
Mine was Blockbuster, but I'm right there with you. That had been the only time I played it. Was as a teenager at the Blockbuster Video in Marion, Illinois.
Yeah. Didn't understand it back then. Still don't understand the appeal now.
Yeah, I am not always in the Gertzman camp, especially with most famously with the Yoshi's Island, and then last week ripping on Magic players.
Yeah, that was a little unnecessary, because I freaking love me some Magic, both digital and physical.
I kind of accidentally dragged Brian Kibler into it.
What did you do?
I sent a tweet at Jeff Gertzman tagging Brian Kibler. I was like, there's Magic Hall of Famers like Brian at BM Kibler and John Finkel that don't look like Magic players in quotes. And Brian's like, what? And I was like, oh, Jeff Gertzman was ripping on Magic players' looks.
Yeah.
And Brian was just like, oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I know. There's a stereotype. Not everybody looks the way the stereotype depicts them.
Right. So anyway, but yeah, going back to the games here, I just don't see, like, the Dreamcast is looked on so lovingly and people just romanticize about it. Outside of 2K Sports and Skies of Arcadia, I don't see the appeal. I mean, maybe Shenmue, but that game I think has aged worse than Final Fantasy VII, if that's possible. So
a little bit, yeah. But I mean, there's still some things to learn and like about Shenmue.
Okay, but
there's some.
The big thing is, like you said, with Knights, I had no idea what to do. I'm flying around. Yeah. If I don't fly into if I don't collect enough orbs and fly into the big jellyfish thing, then I lose my wings and some alarm clock's chasing me, and I gotta go to some temple gate before the alarm clock hits me, so I can go back into flying form and start over or whatever. And
it doesn't make sense. I don't know.
Space Channel 5 Part 2. Now, this was all on 360, mind you. Space Channel 5 Part 2, I could not get past the first tutorial battle. Like, the analog sticks, I'm moving them in the ways they're telling me, it just doesn't register. Now, I don't know, on PS3 it might be different, I don't know, but I couldn't get past the first tutorial battle on that, so I was like, okay, delete.
It must be the timing is very different than the original.
Yeah, and not quite as bad, but Jet Set Radio, yeah, didn't have much luck with it either.
Yeah, it doesn't quite hold up.
Yeah. And it's great that I didn't buy that because it became free on PlayStation Plus a couple weeks later.
Of course.
All right, so
Good old PS Plus.
you know. All right, so after that, we'll play. I played a game with Joe, one that he and I were both eagerly anticipating, and I think we're the only two of the ragtags to buy it, which is a sad thing. We both bought Dungeons and Dragons: Chronicles of Mystara.
I had the demo on my drive for a while, but as the days just rolled on, I was like, I kind of don't care. So I just eventually deleted it.
Huh?
I know what the game is. I kind of just didn't really need another one of those brawler games right now.
Well, I don't have that many of them. I mean, I have Scott Pilgrim and Castle Crashers,
Yeah.
but I had to have these games because I loved Tower of Doom when I was a kid. It was
Yeah, see, I don't have the nostalgia for them because I never played them.
The-
I never even knew of them.
the second one I never got to play. It came out when I went to college, and there were no arcades in Murray, Kentucky, and the Paducah Mall arcade had closed, so I had no arcades available when I was in college. So that's when that one came out. But I was able to play Tower of Doom when I was in high school. So right. I had to have that game. That was just that is one of the few. It was $15. I don't give a damn. Here, Capcom, take my money.
Yeah.
Just like what's going to happen with DuckTales, except at a 20% discount for PlayStation Plus.
Right.
And a month earlier.
Yeah, that's weird. I don't understand that.
Because Capcom didn't want to. I guess it was because if you're on either the PSN Play or Xbox Live Summer of Arcade, you have to be exclusive for a month to that platform. Mm-hmm. Except for PC, they don't care, but console wise.
Okay, so that's why
yes.
Sony wrapped it up. Okay.
Well, I mean, Microsoft's the same way. If DuckTales was part of Summer of Arcade, it would be
right. But I'm just that's what happened.
Yes.
That's the whole month difference.
Yes, that's why there's a month difference between the PlayStation and Xbox versions and PC. Yeah, and I guess Wii U's coming out at the same time too. So basically, it's coming out for everything in August except for Xbox, and that's in September.
Yeah,
but
PlayStation,
but PlayStation Plus gets a PSN theme and 20% off if you're Plus if you pre-order it. Yes,
and a better D-pad.
Yep. So I'll be getting that for PlayStation Plus. But anyway, Chronicles of Mystara, great game. I mean, there's a 50-minute video. There's a couple of videos out there that the two best friends play, full 4-person group did of it. I mean, just awesome, great game. Pretty good net code, for the 4 players.
Well, yeah, they've done decent net code for their online games. For the 2D online games, that is.
Yeah, I mean, if you like Magic, I mean, Dungeons. I'm not the biggest Dungeons and Dragons fan, but just the side scrolling, the fun gameplay, and the spells, and it's awesome. I mean, there's not a lot of those games out there with the couch co-op or online. I mean, it gives you all those options. So I just think it's phenomenal and one of the best downloadable games of the year to me. But
well, let's not go crazy.
Well, all right, whatever. But moving on to some more XBLA stuff, I got all 400 achievement points in Poker Night 2. Finally,
cool.
Grinded that out, and we'll never touch that again.
Yeah, I have a feeling that's what my experience with Poker Night 2 is going to be.
Which is fine. I mean, I paid $10 for it, and I got all the Borderlands skins, and I got my $10 worth out of the game. But once you get all the achievements and all the bounties, which is what unlock the skins, unless you want to try to earn 20, 30, 40, whatever it is, $1 million to get to the top of the leaderboard.
Yeah.
I got my million. I'm good.
Yeah. That's kind of the problem with those games.
And
They're really only worth playing until you start hearing looping audio, and then at that point, it just becomes a little bit annoying.
which I don't know about the original, but on the second one here, there are different audio things that are unlocked when you're on the set of, when you have all three items from a particular game, and it redesigns the way the stage looks. That does unlock some, it extends the conversations you hear a bit.
Yeah, I don't think that happened in the first game. I don't think they quite were thinking that far ahead.
But that does help on Poker Night 2. But it was one of those games that came out for $10. And I wanted to support that price point, and I got my $10 worth out of the game, so I am content.
Okay. Right.
Speaking of completing XBLA games, even though it was kind of cheap, and apparently some people got mad at me for it when I came back from work, I kind of sort of found a loophole to get the final achievement in Battlefield 1943.
Oh, do tell. What happened?
Get a turbo controller or a rubber band or both, and get A continuously pressing, held down, whatever. First go into air superiority mode.
Okay.
Then either activate turbo on A or hold the button down with the rubber band or whatever. So that basically while you're in the game and you're on the ship, all you do is just you're just jumping up and down constantly, and then in between games you're the A is the same button prompt to jump into the next game, so that you don't get booted. So just
okay. So what exactly was the achievement though?
It's 150 games, I think.
Oh, just
100 games. You have to play in 100 games. That was the last.
That's not that crazy.
Well, but see, the thing is, air superiority is the shortest game. So I played over July 4th weekend. I played like 5 games of normal mode, and I was like, because the stats don't work now. So even if you go to the official Battlefield 1943 page, you can't see how many games you've played now.
That's odd.
Yeah, EA's turned that off. But it's still on the back end, tracks it, but you have no way to tell. So yeah, I started looking around forums, and that was the easiest way to get that achievement to pop. So that achievement popped, yay.
I mean that's not a super hard achievement, I would think, to get.
No, it's just time consuming. But I mean, basically, I started that up before I went to work one day, came back, and when I came back, I had a bunch of people on the cruiser shooting at me. There's no friendly fire in 1943, so
I'll bet they were pissed.
Oh well.
Yeah, no, I know. You got to get your achievements somehow.
Yeah. Speaking of which, I helped you get an achievement in Magic Duels of the Planeswalkers 2013.
Well, thank you for that, because that was the last achievement that I needed. God damn, it is so hard to get down to 1 life and then win.
Yeah.
That was just ridiculous. So we both gave it to each other. Yep. That was pretty much the easy way to do it. So.
And then speaking of Magic, I got Magic Duels of the Planeswalkers 2014, and I've completed the sealed campaign and the normal and revenge campaigns.
Oh, cool.
So I beat everything single player wise in that game, other than the challenges. I haven't touched challenges yet.
Yeah, well, I think those challenges are actually about 10 times easier than the last couple.
Oh, okay. That was one of the reasons.
They are not that bad.
Okay, yeah, that was one of the reasons I hadn't touched it yet, and plus there's no achievement tied to it this year.
Yeah, there is.
Oh, there is?
Yeah, there's 2.
Oh, okay.
Complete 1, complete all.
Okay, well, yeah, then I need to do those then.
Because I have both of those.
Okay.
Those were 2 of the achievements that I got pretty quick. Because I was like, let's see how tough these challenges are. Oh, wow, these are not that bad. Couple of challenging ones, but nothing that I couldn't figure out myself. Unlike the last
3
version. Or 2, where I needed a little bit of help on some of them. The ones where you have a turn to win, I can do. The ones where you have multiple turns to win are the ones where it gets way more complicated.
Mm-hmm.
You know? That's where I can't quite wrap my head around it. I'm like, I gotta plan out my turn 3 turns in advance before I can win or something. And I cannot do that. That's not how I play. But, don't want to brag too much, but, I bought Magic as well, and got every single achievement that you can possibly get in the game.
You've already got all 400 points in 2014?
Yep. 100% of the achievements.
Dear.
Still don't have all the decks unlocked, though. Or all the cards for each deck.
Right.
But there are some of those decks that I just don't want to play.
Right.
Like that blue-black deck. Oh my god, it is terrible.
Mm-hmm.
It literally doesn't know what it wants to do. Whether it wants to have people discard, whether it wants to just be big attack monsters that are quick. It has no focus.
Oh, Kensei made that deck have focus.
Oh, you can make it have focus, but it just isn't very good.
Yeah, because I played a bunch with Kensei, and I spent my free unlock key on the White Humans deck.
See, that might have been a mistake, because you might have wanted to unlock one of the decks you'll never use, rather than the ones you will.
Well, that one got me through the entire game.
Or you could do it that way.
Yeah, I mean,
I kept playing the game with decks that I didn't unlock through the key, just so I could win the cards myself.
Right, but I mean that was just an awesome. I mean, that deck is just incredibly powerful, and then me and Kensei were playing one night, and I probably won like 20 times in a row, and then I had a sealed deck that I just kept winning and winning with, and then finally I think the blue-black deck is the one where he changed it around to where he built it around the hexproof guys and the auras. I don't know if that's the blue-black deck. Maybe that's a different one. Whatever.
No, that's the blue.
Okay.
That's the straight blue.
Okay. Well, he built it around them, and he just started wrecking my face.
Oh yeah, no, that is actually how I built that blue deck, and that's how I won most of the games throughout the campaign as well, with that blue deck.
Yeah, he went crazy with that thing.
But even so, that blue deck still isn't my favorite. The white deck this year is just crazy.
That's the humans, yes.
Yeah. That white human soldier deck, it's crazy.
Yep.
It has so many answers for everything.
Yep.
It just works. So I've gotten, I think, nearly every card for that deck unlocked. And I don't know. It's the selection of decks this year wasn't quite as diverse. Wasn't a lot of 2-color decks this year.
Yeah, they'll probably be in the expansions. I would think. There was a couple.
There was 2 tricolor?
Yeah.
Right?
I think, yeah.
Yeah, 1 for the dragons and 1 for the slivers. So, but that was pretty much it. I mean, other than those 2 and 1 dual color, there kind of wasn't too many dual colors. Which is odd. I don't know.
But the place I normally play Magic for whatever reason hasn't been able to get the promo cards. So I had to go to the place I used to play, which is right down the street from it, and I got my promo card.
Although the PC, I mean, if you're just wanting the most value, the PC/iOS/Android card, Scavenging Ooze, that's one of the top 3 rares.
Seriously, that's the rare?
That's the top, yeah. I mean, that's of the.
No, that's the rare you get with those versions?
Yes.
Oh, that is so good.
Yeah.
I fell down a Magic rabbit hole, too. Not only did I fall down a reading video game news hole earlier before we started recording, but I fell down a Magic the Gathering 2014 core set hole a little earlier in the month as well. As soon as I get any money, I think I'm going to be starting to buy some Magic cards. So I read a bunch of set dissections about the different colors for the core set 2014. Yeah, Scavenging Ooze is going to be a real big card.
Yeah.
So that's why I was rather surprised that that's the card they put in those versions. So I might need to buy the PC version just to get that card.
Yeah, it's kind of tempting. I'll have to admit it has been kind of tempting, but that would require me updating Steam for the first time in a year.
Oh, that's not that bad.
And tell it not to update. It's like, no, don't update DC Universe. No.
Well, trust me, it won't. It'll listen to you. Steam is good about that. Yeah. If you tell it not to do something, it will not do that.
If I can log into it.
You should be able to.
Yeah. All right, but
you really should boot up Steam because they had a bunch of pretty good sales earlier in the month with their Steam summer sale.
Right, and most of it, I mean, I just I don't game on PC, and
yeah, but still,
right.
How can you pass up Poker Night 2 for I think it was like $2 and some change?
That's fine. I got it on Xbox. I've played it.
Or some other games that I wound up getting as well.
Yeah.
For super, super cheap.
Yeah.
Like Torchlight 2.
Yeah.
Like $5-something.
I just want that on Xbox.
I know I do too, but I can live with playing it on PC.
Maybe with this self-publishing update, they'll go into porting. Although I think they said I don't understand how it would be so hard to port it to Xbox. They acted like they were going to have to rewrite half the game this time. I'm like,
well, it is. I will say it is a different architecture, but it is close enough that if they were going to put it on Mac, they could still have put it on. The 360.
Or how about this? XBL or PSN day one for PS4. Put it on PS4. There.
Or that. That would be good too.
Yeah. Alright, so should I talk about my Magic tournament?
You can.
Alright, so I played a little bit. There was a tournament at the place where I normally play Magic. It was a fairly major tournament. First prize in it was an Alpha Set Mox Emerald, which is one of the Power 9. And
okay, I don't know exactly what it does though.
Basically, it's a free artifact that taps. It's a free cost artifact that taps for green mana.
Seriously?
Yes.
And they didn't think that was slightly broken?
Well, you can only play it in, like, Legacy or whatever now. I mean, you can't...
I'm just saying, when they made it, they didn't think, this might be just slightly overpowered.
Well, it's also the first, card... Magic was the first card game, so...
I'm just saying, that seems like... That seemed a little bit overpowered, just by hearing the effect and the cost. I'm like... Yeah, you might want to balance that. Just a little bit. So, how close did you get?
I got 13th place out of 72 players. I mean...
That's actually pretty close.
It was 7 rounds with a cut to top 8. I ended up 5-2.
That's pretty good, yeah.
I lost in round 6. I was 4-1 going into round 6. I ran up against my second control deck of the day and lost again. And that's what, if I had won that game, I would have been 5-1 going to the last round. Most likely, I would have taken a draw with my opponent to go 5-1-1 and been in the top 8.
Yeah.
Versus going into the final round 4-2, and I had to win. I had to win that game just to get into the top 16.
Yeah. Well, you did pretty good then.
Yep, not bad. I was running Naya Blitz, which is, super quick, red, white, green deck.
Tricolor.
Yeah, but with tons of dual lands.
Well, yeah.
Plus Cavern of Souls, the 2 that I borrowed from a friend. Couldn't borrow 4, but I got to borrow 2. Makes it, pretty easy. I mean, it's basically a whole bunch of 1 and 2 drops and a few 3 drops.
Okay, that sounds pretty similar to the white deck in the digital version of 2014.
Yeah, but see, that deck doesn't have Burning Tree Emissary.
Okay.
Okay, that card.
And what does he do?
That card is it costs some combination of 2 red or green. It's a dual color card. So it can be cast with red or green mana. It's a 2/2 human, and when you play it, it puts a red and green mana back in your pool.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Okay, so I have seen that one.
Yeah, it's an uncommon from Gatecrash. So
right.
the optimal play is turn 1 champion, turn 2 Burning Tree, Lightning Mauler, pair the Lightning Mauler with the Burning Tree for haste, attack for 7.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
For a turn 2 play, that's pretty good.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, I beat somebody running a Bant, although it wasn't a optimized Bant hexproof or whatever deck list. I mean, basically, he got Geist of Saints trapped out twice, but I just overran him.
Yeah.
Then I lost to Aristocrats. And then Boral's Charm started saving my life and winning me games. I love that card. That card just speaks to me. That card is just, it's just like Toon Gemini Elf in Yu-Gi-Oh! Or I don't really know in Versus, but I mean that card is just like whenever I needed it during the day. Oh, hey, Boral's Charm. Hey, yeah, 4 damage to the face, I win. Or, hey, 2 Boral's Charms, 8 damage to the face, I win.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to think of a good analogy for Versus. Maybe a Bastion?
Well,
right when you got a handful of Sentinels?
Well, right, but I mean, it's a personal thing. Like, I don't remember the card that would personally just be like, I guess it would have been Family of 4. I guess that would have been the closest thing for me for Versus, because it's just like, family. I could just hear Matt in our epic Dark Side versus Fantastic Four battles, or even when I won that one playmat by beating Chris in the final round. It's just like, you had Family of 4 again?
Yeah.
And then, White also has fun little creatures like Thalia that cost all non-creature spells, cost 1 more to be cast.
Yeah. Yeah, that's in the digital version, too.
Yeah, and it has First Strike, or she has First Strike. Yeah.
That's a pretty good card.
Yeah. And then there's a new annoying human for the same cost that causes all opposing creatures to come into play tapped. Imposing
That's
Sovereign.
pretty good, too.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, I only have 1 of her, but
if I do get into playing it, I'm probably going to be running white. It's either going to be a white deck or a green deck, because I love me some creatures.
But so 5 and 2, which got me 13th place, and 9th through 16th place got 9 packs, which at my store they only charge $3 a pack, so that was 27. And I sold back 8 of my packs and gave them $1 to buy a Sphinx's Revelation.
Yeah.
And that's my second one because I pulled one in a draft a couple weeks ago, and now I have the core cards pretty much to where I can build mazes in.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I'm missing a few cards, but not the... I've got the most expensive cards out of the way.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, you're on your way there.
Yeah. So it's just a deck to play that's not just hyper aggressive because people get sick of seeing me. Like one guy at the tournament was like, I am running 4 tournaments because of you.
Now, what does tournaments do?
It's the miracle. It costs normally 6, 2 white, 4 colorless, but you can miracle it for 1 white, and all creatures go onto the bottom of their opponent's decks.
Okay.
Miracle is a mechanic that was in the Innistrad block, where if it's the first card you draw in a turn, you can immediately cast it for its miracle cost, which is greatly reduced. So, like, Bonfire of the Damned is the most common. Terminus is the second most common card with that mechanic. Or if you're a scrub like me and don't have bonfires, you can play Thunderous Wrath.
And what's that do?
It deals 5 damage to a creature or a player. And normally it costs 6, but its miracle cost is 1.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. But if you get those cards in your opening hand, they're terrible.
Well, obviously, then you mulligan.
All right, but sometimes you get it after a mulligan, or no. At a tournament, I drew. There was one time where I drew it, and I was on the draw, and that was my first draw before I had a land to play. It's like, oh, you couldn't have waited one turn.
Yep.
All right, so so there is a PTQ that is going on a week and a half from when we're recording this. I'm trying to arrange work so that I can go to it.
Oh, good luck then.
Thank you. Yeah, I'll most likely be running Naya Blitz again.
Okay.
All right, so moving on past Magic,
back to the digital realm, huh?
Yeah.
All right.
So unless you had anything else to add. Now, were you doing this online, or you're just reading, you didn't play, or...
I've just been reading way too much,
okay,
thanks to you guys telling me about Channel Fireball.
Right.
So now I'm constantly reading articles that they have about the core set.
Yeah, too bad there wasn't a sealed... Yeah, there was a big Star City series of tournaments that was in New Jersey this weekend.
Oh, there was?
Yes.
Huh.
But it was the invitational, which you have to win into, but then the standard open was, I guess, Saturday?
I was not in any shape to go anywhere on Saturday.
Right.
I was feeling terrible.
Yeah.
Terrible.
All right. But anyway, so nothing else with Magic. One more XBLA game. I did play a little bit of Torchlight 2.
Oh, okay.
Torchlight 1, I'm sorry. Torchlight 1.
Yes, that's right, yeah, because 2 is now on 360.
Right, so Torchlight 1 on XBLA. I killed what I guess is the next to last boss, because it's the next to last story-based achievement. So, are there any bosses between her and the final one? I don't think so.
I don't know which one you're talking about.
It's
been too long.
It's whatever the chick's name is that splits into a bunch of copies of herself, and she's the last story-based achievement before the last dude in Torchlight. I'm 29 levels down or something.
Yeah, you got to go down 30 something before you're done.
Well, right. So it's the last boss. It's the next last boss. So I beat her. So if I powered through it, I could beat Torchlight, fairly quickly. All right.
Well, it depends on your level. If you had a rough time with her, I would spend a little time.
No, I'm wrecking face.
Okay, then yeah, you're probably good.
Yeah, no, I'm wrecking face. I barely have to use potions.
Oh yeah, I got to that point too pretty quick.
Yeah.
I had so many things that were just giving me crazy defense buffs, and I think some regen as well.
Well, I'm playing whatever
that I just
the female class, And
yeah, the I want to say that's the marksman,
whatever she's called with the wolf.
That is. Yeah. Well, I mean, you can have either pet. Doesn't matter.
Well, right, but I mean, by default, it's the wolf, but whatever. But yeah, I mean, I'm just wrecking face with her. I have some crossbow that does ridiculous damage, and then my spells, and
yeah,
I'm just like nothing gets near me. And then even if something does get near me, I have a spell that just knocks them back. So
yeah, I played the warrior class. I had a lot of fun with that one.
All right, so 2 disc games on Xbox to talk about. First off, I thought that I'd gotten refunded for my failed attempt to rent Defiance a couple months ago, but I didn't. So apparently I didn't know I had a free rental on my Family Video account, so I redeemed it to rent Fuse.
Oh, okay.
And
as long as you didn't buy it.
No, I've not bought it. It's $40 now, but no, I've not bought it. But
still too pricey.
Yeah, it'll be a good $20 game, but
yeah, probably.
Yeah, but yeah, I went through the first level. Just kind of sucked. It's not the best game to be playing by yourself, but I got through the first of 6 levels, so okay. Much like we talked about with the demo, it's all right. It's best with others.
It is what it is.
Yeah. So the last thing I did on 360 in the time between shows was I started a new game plus of Casey Shepard in Mass Effect 3.
Oh, geez. Okay.
Specifically with the goal of integrating the new DLC that I had not played yet, Leviathan, and on July 4th week it was on sale, the first time it's been on sale, Omega.
Okay.
So I played through the first couple of main story missions and got to the point to where I could do Omega and Leviathan. I did those, and
now you're done?
I could probably go through, and there's a few more achievements I could get for killing like the 5,000 enemies, and I need to do the multiplayer to play the original maps on gold, and I could play a little bit more. I wanted to retcon 2 decisions I made in the first playthrough.
What were those?
Okay, spoiler alert, skip ahead like 3 minutes.
Okay.
2 to 3 minutes.
All right.
In 3, 2, 1. Okay, to make sure Kelly Chambers doesn't die, I told her to change her hair and change her name.
What?
Kelly.
I don't think I had that happen.
Okay, Kelly Chambers, from Mass Effect 2.
Right.
Okay, she is in the refugee area. I think back where the Batarians are or something, or maybe it's back where the Turians are. It's one of those 2. She's back there.
Okay.
You can talk to her. You can even, you can do a Paragon prompt for hugs, and the first time you talk to her, there is a choice. There's like, hey, I'll see you later, or Kelly, you need to change your name. You need to take care. Or Cerberus is dangerous, and that's the renegade option. You tell her to, hey, Cerberus ain't no joke. You need to change your name and change your look.
I don't think I saw her at all.
Okay, well, maybe she died in Mass Effect 2. Because she can die.
No, I made sure everybody lived except for Zaid at the end of Mass Effect 2.
Okay, well, anyway, if you don't tell her to change her name and look, when Cerberus attacks the Citadel at the start of Chapter 2, then she dies.
Huh. Maybe I just don't remember having any conversations. I don't know.
Okay. And the second thing is screw the Krogan, because Rex is dead in my FemShep playthrough.
Seriously?
Yes.
Coolest Krogan ever!
Yeah, by the time the second and third game happened, I still like Grunt
better. He was
better.
pretty goddamn cool in the first game.
I will disagree, and he pulled a gun on me.
Hey, I talked his ass down.
Yeah, you can't do that on a first playthrough. You can on a second.
No, I did it on the first playthrough.
Oh, okay. Well, it wasn't even an option for me on the first playthrough. It was on the second, but I was like, no. What is this gonna hurt? What is this gonna hurt? Yeah, just I don't like it that much. Just die.
Yeah, kind of hurts a lot.
Yeah, because then a crazy psycho guy, and then even so, if I had done the renegade then it's like, oh well, why am I keeping this data from these horrible experiments in Mass Effect 2? That's the renegade choice. No, I'm going to be a paragon, destroy the data. Oh yeah, the female Krogan leader dies if you don't keep the data.
Yeah.
So basically in playthrough 1, crazy psycho Krogan rules the Krogan, and they're making babies like crazy.
Yeah, that seems like a bad combo.
So playthrough 2 is going to be screw the Krogan. Now, if I ever play it through with my male shepherd, Rex is alive in that one. So we're all good.
All right. Digital fist pound. I don't know how to do this through the internet.
All right. So in spoilers, but all right. So I played through Omega and Leviathan, and much like if you watched Giant Bomb's end of the year awards segment for Mass Effect 3, where they showed off the key points of Leviathan.
Oh man, that was crazy!
Yeah, that's pretty major to the story. Omega.
How do they not think ahead and maybe this is a DLC we should put in the main game?
Or at least if that.
How did they make that? How did they make that mistake? I mean, really.
Or if that had been the first, if that had been the DLC with the collector's edition.
Yeah, even so, then I don't think it should have been DLC. Period. That's core. That is a core story conceit for that DLC.
Well, they did put the first. Put the only remaining Prothean as DLC.
And that should not have been DLC either. Those two things were key to the game. It changes everything.
Yeah. So I'm lucky, and it's just a crazy thing with Mass Effect, because, on PC, none of the DLC that I'm aware of has ever gone on sale.
I don't know. I haven't looked. I've never really felt the need to go back to it.
And then on Xbox, I think Leviathan and Omega literally been on sale once each. And Leviathan was a one-day sale. I take that back. I think Leviathan had a one-day sale on Black Friday, and then maybe there was a 1-week sale or something. I don't know. It's only been on sale once, and I know Omega's only been on sale once. And it was hidden because it was in the Kinect Central section. Because there's one Kinect thing that's on sale every week. And it's featuring the...
Well, it does have Kinect features in the game,
right.
So...
Exactly. So, people on CAG caught that, so I was able to get that. And Omega still overpriced. I'm content for the $7.50 I paid for it, and it's fun, but there's no way that was worth $15. Yeah. Citadel was worth every dollar of the $15. Omega, not a chance in hell. That was barely worth the $7.50.
Yeah. Yeah, but Leviathan definitely worth the price, even though it should have been in the game.
Right. So but I just hadn't played much more Mass Effect and sad to say I need to play more of the next game here because it's getting really hard to avoid spoilers. But
I know. You don't know how many podcasts I've had to completely skip because, oops, now we're going to do spoilers for it.
Yeah, so I've played about 3 hours of The Last of Us.
Oh, I really want to play that game.
It's really good.
I know. I really want to play it.
I haven't even touched the multiplayer yet, but I need to play that some here, sometime soon here. I just hadn't gotten around to it, but I played about 3 hours of it, and... the only thing is I don't like they went really stingy on the trophies, and there's just a lot of different accomplishments in the game that don't get you a trophy. Like I killed 3 clickers with 1 napalm, with 1 Molotov cocktail, and
Cool.
that's an accomplishment or whatever in the game, but it's not a trophy.
Okay.
But yeah,
That's odd, yeah.
yeah, I mean, the trophies are just literally like find everything, have every optional conversation, get every upgrade. They're very
Yeah.
stingy, and it requires like 3 playthroughs minimum to get.
Really?
Yeah, because I mean, you've got to unlock Survivor mode, you've got to unlock the New Game Plus modes.
Oh.
Yeah,
Huh. All right.
yeah, like to beat it in 3 playthroughs, I think you'd have to play it on hard. In just 3 playthroughs, I think it's something like you'd have to play it on hard, then Survivor Plus to get it in 3 playthroughs.
That's just a little much.
Yeah.
Because I think everybody has been saying it's like, what, 12 to 16 hours?
Yeah.
Something like that?
1 playthrough, yeah.
Yeah. That's a bit much.
Alright, so yeah, but I've played 3 hours of it. It's a phenomenal game, but I need to play a lot more of it in soon so I can...
Yeah.
It's like it's getting hard to dodge spoilers about the game, so...
Yeah, it is.
Alright, so moving on to 3DS, a couple of games here. Fire Emblem Awakening. At the beginning part of our period here, I played a little bit more of Fire Emblem. I think I'm like chapter 19 or so. Something like that. I haven't played it in a while. But I beat all the DLC I can right now. I beat... that I had bought. I beat all 3 DLC maps of the first pack, and then I beat, a couple of maps from another pack I had. I'd bought 3 packs, so there's a couple of maps I can't do yet just because of of their difficulty, and also there's one I can't do yet because it's all about the kids generation, and most of them I don't have unlocked yet.
Yeah.
But
All right.
yeah, but still, I mean, I've put 45 hours into that game, and
Yeah.
I mean, it's an awesome game.
I know. I still haven't touched it.
Well, another game that I bought and I'm having some pretty good fun with, although it's not as good a game as Fire Emblem, but I'm having a lot of fun with it, is Project Cross Zone.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I finally, after your prodding, went and tried out the first of the 2 demos that was available at the time. Yeah, I didn't understand a damn thing that was going on combat-wise at all. Not even a little.
Well, I mean, maybe it's just something where I'm used to Valkyria Chronicles where stuff changes. But, I mean, the movement is like a turn-based strategy game, but then the combat is similar to a fighting game.
Yeah, which they don't explain that at all.
If you go through, like, that level is literally like chapter... There in the full game, there's 5 prologue levels that are basically the tutorial, and then there's like 40 chapters in the game. That level is literally like chapter 7, I think, is what that level is. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's...
Hopefully I downloaded the second demo as well. It's waiting on my 3DS for me to play, but...
Yeah, I have no idea what level that one is, but...
I canceled my pre-order immediately after playing this.
Oh, well.
I did not get this game after playing that because it didn't make any sense at all. I could not get the hang of it even slightly. Maybe if the second demo explains something and I clicks even a little, maybe I'll get the game when it goes on sale.
Well, Best Buy has it for $30 right now.
That's not enough of a sale.
Okay, but
not for what I played.
All right, well, I'm really enjoying it. I'm on chapter like 13 or 14, something like that. So I'm about a fourth to a third of the way through the game. So I'm about a third. So I'm enjoying it.
The other problem I had was, other than guessing who some of the characters were, I had no clue who half those people were.
See that?
I mean, I recognized the Dot Hack crew. I kind of sussed out who was the Valkyria Chronicles crew, just based on their art style.
Yes.
And obviously Street Fighter.
And all the Capcom stuff.
But the rest of them, I could not figure out who half of them were. I don't know who any of those people were at all.
Okay, well, I mean, a couple of them, and I'll help you. I'll help you out here. So Kaguro and the guy and the cheerleader girl, they're specifically from this game. This is their debut.
All right, that explains some of it.
Okay, and then I can't remember who all was in that demo, but essentially, I mean, Chris and Jill from Resident Evil, Dante and Dimitri from Darkstalkers and Devil May Cry, Ryu, Kid.
None of the Capcom characters you mentioned just now, other than Ryu and Ken, were in that demo.
Okay, right. Yeah, I'm just going through I've got a roster here. So.
Oh, okay.
So it's Dante and Dimitri, Ryu and Ken, Chun-Li and Morrigan.
Nope.
X and Zero.
Yeah, but I would recognize them, obviously, but no, they weren't in the demo either.
They are a long time, like, you go you're almost halfway through the game before you see them, I found out.
Wow.
Frank West and Heisenko being Darkstalkers. She's the Chinese vampire zombie.
Yeah, okay, they weren't in there.
Okay. And then you get into Kurt and Riala from Valkyria Chronicles 3.
I'm just guessing that that's who those two were,
yes.
But I don't know.
Yes, they're Valkyria, yeah. They were in the demo. Now, Sakura Wars, that's on the Wii, I think, correct?
I think it's been on PS2 as well.
Okay, I just don't remember the game. Those were the ones I did not know anything about.
That might have been who I was really unsure who they were.
Yeah, Ichiro and Sakura, and then Gemini and Erica, they're from Sakura Wars.
Yeah, I think that was them.
Akira and Pi are from Virtua Fighter.
I don't think they were in the demo.
Okay. Now, these two weren't in the demo, and they show up in the prologue and then just disappear. Toma and Cyrilli from Shining Force EXA.
I don't know.
Yeah, they weren't in the... Then Resonance of Fate was Zephyr and Leanne. And then on the Namco Bandai side of things, you got Yuri and Estelle from Tales of Vesperia. You wouldn't have seen them, I don't think. I just got them.
I don't think they were in there.
Jin and Lin is Xiao from Tekken. You saw Kite and Black Rose.
Yep.
They show up briefly in the prologue, but then disappear for a while. Cosmos and Tielos from Xenosaga.
I don't think they were in the demo either.
Soma and Elisa are from God Eater on the PSP.
Wouldn't have recognized them either.
Now, see, the two that I just never heard of outside of Toma and Cyril were Haken and Kaguya from Endless Frontier. Oh, well, no, okay. I knew them from... They're in one of your games. I just remember her from the cover art.
Super Robot Tyson, Original Generation Saga, Endless Frontier.
Yes, they're from that game. So, yeah, I just remember at GameStop, they would always, like, she was in the upper right-hand corner, they'd always put the price sticker over her.
That's rather stupid. Okay.
You gotta think of the children!
Whatever.
And then Rigi and Xiaomo are from Namco Cross Capcom, which is the Endless Frontier and Namco Cross Capcom were the two games before this one.
Yeah.
So when you're playing the full game, they'll all know each other. I mean, they make references to the two previous games, which Namco Cross Capcom never made it to America, but Endless Frontier did. But that one didn't have.
And Endless Frontier was the Super Robot Tyson game, so I mean, I wouldn't imagine it would have a lot to do with any of the other games, really.
Okay, and then there's a few other characters from. Most of them are from the same games, but there's some Ghosts and Goblins, Mega Man Legends, Super Robot Wars original OG.
Yeah.
There's some people like that. Dynamite Cop, which is the Japanese version of Die Hard Arcade, so the character designed after Bruce Willis is in the game.
That's kind of funny.
Some Fighting Vipers dudes, some more technical.
All right, well.
Yeah,
we're going a little too deep on the
right, but I mean that. So, but now. I was surprised. I mean, because with Cross Edge on PS3, that one I was just completely lost on, other than a few characters. Plus, the gameplay kind of sucked. But this one, even if I hadn't played the game, I knew the characters for all but like a couple of them.
I mean that system for combat, it was so impenetrable. They did nothing to help you to figure out how to do pretty much anything with that combat.
Well, there is a guy called Omega Revolution on YouTube that did a Let's Play. No, he didn't talk during it, but he just basically recorded the video for that entire game, which I'm sure he did the prologue chapters. Mm-hmm. So maybe watch the prologue chapters. And
first, I'm going to try out demo number 2, which they released, the week
after?
Just after?
Yeah, it was after. Was it?
Yeah, right. That's right, it was.
Yeah, which made no sense, but whatever.
Yeah, I don't know.
But
whatever.
I'm really enjoying the game, and the soundtrack for that is awesome. 25 songs. I've been listening to that soundtrack quite a bit. I mean, it's just...
Yeah.
And I'm having just a lot of fun with that game, and I am very happy with my purchase. The final 3DS game that I played this week, and kind of figured out that I don't like the core series as much as I do Persona. That's a Shin Megami Tensei 4.
Yeah, I kind of feel the same way, because that game is really, really old school.
And the only reason I bought it is because if you buy and register or have registered Fire Emblem and Shin Megami Tensei 4 before the end of August, you get a code for $30 of Nintendo eShop credit.
Yeah, but I decided not to buy it because the game is $50.
Well, I mean, and
that $50 I can use for anything else.
Granted, yes, and but I mean, there is a reason. First off, Atlas. We need to have a little bit of a chit chat.
Okay, what's that about?
Okay. So yeah, you put 162-page art book / strategy guide in with every copy.
Okay.
That's why if you've seen the retail box, I don't know if you've seen the retail box, because literally GameStop, Amazon, and Newegg are the only 3 places that sell this game physically.
Yeah.
So the box it comes in is taller than a DVD case, just barely.
I imagine it would be with it coming with a strategy guide.
Yeah. No instructions, by the way. No manual.
Well, of course, because it's a modern game, and modern games do not have instruction manuals.
Oh, check my Facebook. There's a wonderful story there that I can't get into on here.
Okay.
Anyway, but so I mean, but here's the thing. It also comes with a soundtrack. But here's the thing, Atlas, and this has become a pattern, because I've gotten a lot of your soundtracks.
Uh-huh.
6 to 8 songs is not really a soundtrack. It's a sampler.
Yeah, that's a sample.
When Project Cross Zone puts in 25 songs with the soundtrack they included their game, and Konami puts a 30-song soundtrack in the copies of Metal Gear Rising that they sell at Walmart only.
Wait, why only at Walmart?
That's the Walmart. Walmart a lot of times has bonuses for buying the game at Walmart. It's their version of pre-order bonuses. But since they really don't do pre-orders, they just stack them. They have for example, Prototype 2 had a code to download Prototype 1. Transformer, the second Cybertron game on 360 only, had a code to download the first one. LA Noire had a case, had one of the DLC cases was in the Walmart boxes. Tomb Raider had a code to download Guardian of Light.
All right, well, now we're going up in a complete tangent.
Well, right, but those are the most pertinent examples I can remember.
Right, yeah.
But anyway, so on Metal Gear Rising, in the Walmart copies, they put a soundtrack, and I was able to acquire one without buying the game, and that CD has 30 songs on it. So
that's pretty extensive.
Yeah, so come on, Atlas, step your game up.
Well, how many exactly songs did they include in the game itself?
The
I wonder.
Soundtrack that... Oh, you mean how much
in the game, on the game cart? How many songs do you think?
I don't know.
More than 6?
Yes, more than 6. I'm not saying every song has to be on there because obviously it's CD,
right. Yeah.
But Namco Bandai put 25 songs in Project Cross Zone. Come on.
Hey, it costs money to print CDs.
Well, they're already printing the damn CDs. It doesn't cost any more to have a 6-song CD than it does a 25.
It kind of does, actually. They're a lot cheaper.
It's the same CD.
At least when you buy them in bulk, you can get them cheaper.
Which they were doing anyway.
I mean, for discs that hold smaller amounts.
CDs hold the same amount.
I thought you could get smaller.
Yeah, the little tiny mini CDs that my Sony digital camera recorded to 13 years ago. But those are the tiny that barely fit around the spindle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I always found that weird that the GameCube did that.
Yeah, they're essentially, they're not exactly GameCube, but they're...
Well, the GameCube discs were a little different. They were proprietary.
Yeah. Well, right,
and
but they were that size. As a frame of reference, they were that size. Yeah. All right, but anyway, so I played about 3 hours of Shin Megami Tensei 4, and I found that I really like Persona 3 and 4 better.
Yeah, that's kind of my takeaway after reading the reviews.
It's
I kind of don't want to play this kind of a game.
I died on the second quest. Twice.
Jeez. Wow.
Yeah. And I died on the second quest twice because the second quest is recruit 3 monsters. So,
yeah, I don't really know if I like the recruit monsters thing.
Yeah, I don't either because it's so trial and error. I mean, if you do things in a couple specific ways, you can, but it'll be like, give me an item. I don't have that item. Give me your life. Okay. Oh, see ya. Great, I have no life. And it's like, oh, give me money. Give me this item. Give me this item. Give me that item. Don't have that. Oh, okay, whatever. And
yeah, I don't really enjoy that kind of gameplay.
Yeah, so I was able to get it for cheaper than $50 for reasons longtime fans will know, and I can't discuss. But the money I paid was mostly in trade-in credit. So I literally paid $10 plus trades to get that game, and I traded back in for $32.
Oh, well, there you go.
Yeah. So
that's not too bad,
yeah.
But still, you could technically have used your money better elsewhere.
That's fine. I played it, so now I know to stay away from the Shin Megami Tensei games that aren't Persona.
Or the Digital Devil Saga.
Well, see, I haven't played that one yet either, but okay. So
I've heard very good things about Digital Devil Saga.
That's PS2, so that's a whole another.
I own both of them,
yeah.
So I own so many PS2 games I've never touched.
Yeah, but
I really need to just make it a thing where I go back and play them. Maybe on YouTube or something.
So so I just didn't like it that much. And it's really funny because I was told at my GameStop that 2 different people had come up looking to buy that, but because the Club Nintendo code was used, they didn't.
Oops.
Yep. Because of course, I used the code and got the $30, so which will go towards Ace Attorney 5, Phoenix Wright 5.
There you go.
Because it's digital only.
Is that there's a story going around about an Ace Attorney game that there's a case where you literally are defending an orca whale.
That's the DLC case for Phoenix Wright 5.
Oh jeez. Well, I'm in. Any game that lets me put on a court defense for an orca whale, sure, why not?
So I've got enough, and I may even get more free Nintendo credit because they have a thing that ends as we're recording this tonight, to where if you've added $50 in eShop credit to your account, they'll give you $5 for free. So I went and bought a $20 card yesterday because the $30 thing is just a code, so it treats it as just a code. So then I bought a $20 code. So I should be getting $5 free at the end of this week. So I'll have like $56 on eShop. So I'll have more than enough for Phoenix Wright. And then,
hey, you've got enough money to start downloading some of the classics that they offer already.
Hey, yeah, Nintendo. How about putting on Earthbound on a system that's sold more than a million units? Just maybe.
Yeah, maybe if they ported it to the handheld, I could actually buy it, instead of having to wait until I get a Wii U, which probably wouldn't happen until they did a price drop for the console.
Right.
Minimum.
Yeah, I mean, because if they had that on 3DS, I'd buy that and then sell my cart of Earthbound for $200.
Jeez. Okay.
That's how much it goes for.
I didn't even know you had that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, well, I mean, I used to have.
It.
I wish I knew where the strategy guide was. I bought it brand new at the Marion, Illinois Walmart, the old one, before they went to the Super. Yeah, I mean, I had the guide and everything. I have no idea where the guide is. I need to find the card. I need to go through when I go home this weekend. That is a goal. I've got to catalog all my Nintendo and Super Nintendo games.
That sounds like a lot of fun.
Well, it needs to be done.
Yes, needs to be done, I understand. Same thing with what I've been doing lately with my Yu-Gi-Oh cards and posting all those Shonen Jump promos to my eBay page.
Alright.
Still can't believe that Slifer of the Sky Dragon is going to sell for over $100.
Well, nice. That was
so far $102.
So was that Shonen? So they printed those again in Shonen Jump?
Yeah.
Because I remember buying them. I remember when I was in Yu-Gi-Oh! I think I bought the Japanese.
They printed the playable versions of the cards.
Oh,
the ones that actually have the effects where you can actually play them.
Oh, okay.
As opposed to the fake ones that were color-coded.
Right. Okay. Nice.
I still have those, I think, somewhere, but I don't remember where.
Okay, cool.
I gotta find those too and put them up. Because really, at this point, when am I ever going to play Yu-Gi-Oh?
Right. Oh, gosh, yeah, that game is...
I don't know.
See, the store that I play at, they're the #1 Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh store in St. Louis, so...
There's places for me to play. It's just I don't have
it's a
real
money
desire
yeah,
to play it.
Yu-Gi-Oh is just insane. Like the rares, I mean, the top rares in Magic, I mean... There are only about 3 to 6 rares that will sell over $20.
Yeah.
In standard, which is like the last few sets. The Voice of Resurgence, which I bought a pack in my local store and pulled it right out. So, that's like
that was a good pull.
Yeah, that and like Sphinx's Revelation, Obsidat, the Archangel and the whatever the one we talked about earlier, the promo and the PC, Scavenging Ooze.
Ooze, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, those...
That's a $20 card?
Probably. I would imagine it's going to be soon. And then,
That's pretty crazy. Then, yeah, $10 for that is pretty good.
yeah, and then, so I mean, literally on your two hands, you can count the amount of magic rares that cost 20 a pop or more.
Yeah.
Liliana, they're in standard. There's about 10 rares that will cost you 50, they will cost you like $80 to get a play set of or more.
Yeah.
And you may not even play that deck. It's only for specific colors.
Yeah.
Yu-Gi-Oh, the top rares or ultras, secret whatevers, they're like $80, $100 a pop, and you gotta have 3 of them.
Yep. $100 for, and it's gonna sell because people have been bidding on it.
Yep.
It's already over $100 for Winged Dragon of Ra.
Well, there you go.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
I'm quite happy. I need that money.
Yeah.
Badly.
So, there you go. But I just need to finish up here, and we'll get to yours. I actually charged up my PSP. I thought I had misplaced my charger, but I hadn't. One of the reasons was I bought digital copies of all 4 Persona games for the handheld, including Persona 4, even though I don't have a Vita yet, and the 3 PSP Personas, because if I do get a Vita, I want to be able to play all the Personas on it, and I wanted to buy those games before Atlas gets bought by Nintendo or something. And plus, I could sell those disc copies from the PSP version for literally like $60 of 1, 2, and 3. I could probably sell those $20 each.
Oh, yeah.
So I can make my money back selling those. So
that's true.
And those digital ones, other than 4, of course, will work just fine on my PSP right now.
Yeah.
So, but I did try a couple of games I got from PlayStation Plus. I tried out Tekken 6 and Soul Calibur Broken Destiny.
Okay. Which one do you want to start with?
Tekken 6, because that's the better of the two. Both of them...
Oh, dear. Well,
both of them have really good graphics. I mean, they're, PS2 caliber quality. I mean, they're really good. They have Tekken has 40 characters. Soul Calibur had 28.
Yeah.
And plus you could create characters on it. So yeah, I mean, they had a lot of characters, but Tekken was really cool. It has, it has different online modes or ad hoc modes. It has the traditional arcade ladder, and then it has a 4-battle story mode for every character.
Yeah, but it's Tekken.
It's fine. It was free.
Okay, for free. For free, I can understand.
All right, so that brings us to Soul Calibur.
Oh, all right.
Soul Calibur has none of those cool modes or standard modes for any fighting game.
Okay.
All it has is multiplayer and a gauntlet mode where it's their version of a story mode, but you're not actually fighting. It's like dodge this way, dodge this way, dodge this way. It's basically like a / tutorial.
So it's like the challenge tower, kind of?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, it's just literally like, okay, hit this attack button twice, 5 times. Okay, now do this 5 times. Now do this 5 times. Now do this 5 times. Now do this 5 times.
Okay, well.
Yeah. So I mean so it's terrible.
Sounds really bad.
Unless you have a friend that you can play, unless you know someone else with a PSP or a Vita to play this with, or you play it online, then at that point, why don't you just get Soul Calibur 5? Then yeah.
Or the new Soul Calibur 2 HD version that's coming up.
Yes, exactly.
Because that game was good.
And the crazy thing is, this game is still expensive. Like, I got a disc of it from GooseX. And then when this came out as a download, I sold my PSP copy for $25. This game still sells, and it's crap. Huh. It's absolute crap.
There's a lot of things you just cannot explain. That's pretty much one of them.
All right, so that's it. I'm done.
Oh, okay.
What have you been playing?
Oh, I guess, where to start? I guess I guess we'll start with 360 and work our way back around to the handheld. We'll finish with those. Alright, so I played and finished up the last few chapters that I had left for Assassin's Creed 3. All that lovely single player that doesn't make any sense by the end, you know.
Oh, goody, goody, goody.
Now, granted, I did not play Revelations, but a lot of what that ending was made no sense to me.
Yes, exactly. Now you know why I hate Assassin's Creed so much.
It just, I don't understand, like, half of what happened.
Yeah.
I mean, like, really? Did it happen? Did I actually witness that?
Now do you see where my outrage, why is this, getting a pass when Mass Effect 3 was so terrible, but Assassin's Creed 3 is 10 times worse, and nobody says a word?
Yeah, easily. This redeemed Mass Effect 3 quite a bit.
Yep.
Where I was even okay with Mass Effect 3, now I'm even more okay with Mass Effect 3.
Yeah. Okay. So I feel vindicated.
I don't understand even what. And then they leave you with another cliffhanger.
Yes.
It's like, what the heck are you doing?
Yep.
I don't understand that game. Just play 2 and then play Brotherhood and then stop.
Yep.
You'll be fine.
Mm-hmm. Or get the trilogy disc on PS3.
I guess, yeah. Even though you kind of don't really need it.
Well, I mean, it's the cheapest way to get 2 and Brotherhood.
All right,
and then it throws in Revelations for free.
Which you don't need to worry about playing either. But yeah, wow. Glitchy.
Yep. Yeah,
Towards the end of that game, I saw things just randomly sink into the
And
ground.
you didn't play the original version of the final mission, which is so poorly laid out. Literally in a patch, they had to change around the final level for you to be able to figure out where to go. Because if you play the unpatched version of that last level, you'll literally you'll get to the halfway point in a burning barn and have no idea where to go.
I actually died in that spot too.
Oh yeah, I didn't
even after the patch.
Right, yeah. So and I've heard it's barely any better, but it's still
Yeah. I don't know. I got caught and went the wrong way.
Connor's just not likable.
I didn't have a problem with Connor. Connor was not the problem with that game.
He was just so moody, and then all the side quests, you can tell. To me, you can tell, and I've said this before on the show. I literally think that all of the side quests, that was literally the last thing they did, because it's just you hear him talking in all the cutscenes for all the side quests, and it's just he's okay, what do I need to do? Okay, stay here. I'll go take care of it. Yeah. I'm uninspired. I've done this voice recording for so long. I just want to go home. Just yeah.
Well, that might be a voice director problem.
Yeah, I mean
because he doesn't sound terrible at all throughout most of the story missions.
It's not I'm saying I'm critiquing the voice actor in that specific thing, but I just don't think the character was well written at all. He was just so whiny, and it's just
There were some definite rough spots in that.
Yeah,
definitely. But I don't know. I wasn't as unhappy with Connor per se.
And I liked the WTF at the beginning. A lot of people hate that. I kind of like that. That was a nice.
Oh yeah, the bait and switch.
Yeah. I actually kind of liked that one. That was okay, but yeah, then it's just But 5 chapters of a tutorial.
The problem is, I knew it was coming.
Right.
From a mile off.
Yeah.
Even if I hadn't heard some things and known that that's what happens at the beginning, there were some definite telltale signs. It's okay, this is really off. Something's not right.
But I am all ready to switch to Watch Dogs and hope Ubisoft doesn't ruin that. But yeah, I'm out on Assassin's Creed. It's
You're like
Yeah.
Assassin's Creed 4. I'm like, great. Maybe when it's $20.
It looks good, but no, I don't see myself buying it when it's like $35, like I did the previous games.
But yeah, I will wait. I mean, if everybody's like, "Oh, this is such a great improvement," then $20 in, okay, maybe. But
the problem is they're not giving it enough development time.
No,
they're just shoving it out the door all the time.
Yep.
That's the problem that happened with 3.
Yep.
It didn't have enough time to get refined. I don't know. So as soon as I play this one multiplayer mode with Scott, because he wanted to try it out, I'm getting rid of the game. I'm not keeping it. Because really, there's no way I'm ever going back to it.
Right. And you got Assassin's Creed 2 for free, so if you get that itch, you can just boot up Assassin's Creed 2.
Or I could just put the disc that I still own back in the back in the machine, because why would I download the game again when I've already 100% completed the second game?
Oh, okay, I didn't know. Okay.
Yeah. I already had that game 100% achievement-wise.
Okay.
That was a game that made me love it so much, I had to get every achievement. Alright, let's see. I guess we'll go to Black Ops 2, where I played the DLC maps. I kind of like pretty much all the maps, except for, I want to say it's Rush is the paintball map.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say that's the map name. I'm not a huge fan of that map. People say it's a shotgun map. I really don't see it. I try running that map with a shotgun. I can't run that map with a shotgun for as much as I try. It's more of a mid-range submachine gun, maybe assault rifle map. But, yeah, I don't know. Not really a huge fan of that map. The map that's on a island cove, which I think is called Cove, really, really, really like that map. It's a very well done map. The map on the bridge, which I cannot remember what those. I can't remember the names of these maps, and I don't know why. But the map on the bridge, it's pretty well done. It's fairly complex with the alternate paths you can take, though. The only thing I don't enjoy, in the middle of the map, there are like 3 or 4 holes where if you do not watch your step, you will fall directly into them and die. So, those are rather annoying. And what's the last map? Can't remember what the last map is. Was it the map on the high-rise? I don't remember. I think it's the map on the high-rise, but I don't remember.
Okay, well, I had forgotten that on this last Friday night, I actually played about an hour and a half with Condor, Dark Tower, Guile, and Thor.
Yeah.
It's the first time I played Black Ops 2 in like a month.
Yeah, I haven't been playing with anybody lately. Not in Black Ops, at least.
I did not buy the third DLC pack. Probably won't.
Well, I have the season pass.
Right.
So, I might as well download the damn things and play them.
Yeah, exactly.
And I've kind of been getting back into League play a little bit. So I've been heavy on League play solo for the Mosh Pit series of game modes, which I've actually been having a lot of fun with because it gives me a mix of the different modes. So one match I could be playing Capture the Flag. The next match I could be playing Kill Confirmed. Match after that, Domination. And then, randomly after that I'll be playing Hardpoint, which I really friggin' hate. Which I've come to realize the fundamental flaws in Hardpoint is there are A, not enough points on the map that it switches to. B, it's always in a predictable order, so somebody always runs over to where it is before you finish off the old hard point. So somebody's already getting ready to cap the new one. And the third one is it's just not that fun for me because all it really boils down to is, hey, camp. Do nothing but camp. And then that's not fun. So, I don't know. That's like the one new mode they introduced that I really dislike a lot. So, unfortunately, I've been playing a lot because of the fact that Mosh Pit is just, hey, random. So, whatever. But, so I've been having some fun with that. I actually got myself into a decent league position for the silver rank. Last night I had myself in the 8th position in silver league. So out of the silver, gold, platinum, bronze, and whatever the color is below bronze, because there actually is a color below bronze, I'm pretty much right in the middle of the pack.
Okay, that's good.
So I'm pretty good at the game. If I had teams that, I could depend on round after round, I might actually be doing better.
Mm-hmm.
But when 3 or 4 of the people on your team quit and leave you really shorthanded in a match that will not auto-fill with other people, it becomes impossible to win. Pretty much in any way.
Mm-hmm.
So, a little bit of a problem maybe they could work on for the next one. Alright, so then I was also playing Duels of the Planeswalkers 2013, which we talked about because I wanted to get that last achievement. And then I was also playing Duels of the Planeswalkers 2014 because, it was awesome and it came out recently. While playing some online games with Kensei, I came across a glitch.
Okay.
A glitch while playing the Sliver deck.
Okay.
Twice, I won with the Sliver deck. And it just hung on the you win screen. It didn't tell me I won. It was about to do the combat damage to deal the final blow and win. And it just freezes. I can do everything else. I cannot. I can pause the game, but all the actions for the cards that are supposed to play out and deal the damage to the opponent just hang and leave me with nothing. So I won with that deck twice and had it give me no credit for it. Because I had to actually concede the duel to even get back to the menu. Which, that is terrible. And then, right near the beginning of the month, I'm playing during the afternoon. Oh, no, I'm playing really late at night. And I'm trying to play one of the decks specifically. I don't remember which one it was. Oh, that's right. I was trying to beat the Revenge campaign for the white deck. So the very first Revenge campaign battle. And that deck is tough when you're playing against the Revenge deck. The problem is, for about 2 hours plus, I got nothing but Mana Flood.
Mm-hmm.
Every single time. For just about 2 straight hours. That's insane.
Mm-hmm.
How is that? And I wasn't just playing the same deck over and over again. I tried multiple decks. And until I got to, the last choice I had Mana Flood in every single one of those games. How is that possible? That's not physically possible in the real game. That just doesn't happen. And yet it happened to me. I don't get it. they really need to patch that game because of those glitches. Because that can't be. That cannot be something that they intentionally had in the randomization for those dex shuffles. That doesn't make sense. But despite those glitches, I did still really, really enjoy that game. A lot. So much so that I 100%ed it with all the achievements. And now wait with bated breath for any expansions.
Well, the expansions come out at like end of August, beginning of September.
Yeah, I'm eagerly waiting for whatever they have to give me for those expansions. Because I really do want to play more and get more achievements. But even the deal total 5,000 damage overall did not take me that long. Which is kind of crazy. I didn't even finish off 2 full deck unlocks when I was doing it, because I was actually rotating through a bunch of different decks. But then once I got all the achievements up to that final 5,000 damage achievement total, I decided, okay, let's focus on the white deck, because that is my favorite deck thus far. And I think I unlocked like 24 of the cards. At that point, I got it. I was very happy that I got that. Alright, taking a little too long, so let's try and wrap this up a little faster. I played a little bit more of Minecraft Formas XBLA on my 360. Went and found the Ender Portal, finally. So now I can go fight the Ender Dragon when I collect enough Ender Pearls.
Okay.
From killing Endermen. But also, while I was roaming around, I found a new cavern that allowed me to go down and find even more diamonds.
Oh, nice.
So now, my next goal is to try and make diamond armor before I go try and face off against the Ender Dragon. Because I don't think iron armor, even if it is enchanted, would be enough.
No.
Yeah, so we'll see how long that takes, but I've got enough that I can make a few pieces of armor so far. So, we'll see. Then I was trying out some demos on the 360 as well. I tried out the demo for Painkiller, Hell and Damnation. This is not the game that Yahtzee loved so much, Painkiller Retribution.
Right.
Or Painkiller Overdose. Overdose.
Right, this is the sequel to that, I'm assuming, right?
I think this is actually the prequel.
Oh, okay.
If not, it is the sequel. Not sure. I think it might be the prequel, though. But it does not age well at all. And you can tell they really did not put a lot of thought into the port of this game. It's kind of a slapdash port from the PC.
Mm-hmm.
So they kind of shoveled the PC code into the 360 version and just said, does it play? Sure. Okay, let's go. It doesn't look very good. It doesn't play very well. It locks you in the rooms with the enemies and just sends wave after 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 wave. I don't know if I've emphasized how many waves they throw at you. And then it allows you to move on to the next area. It starts you off with a pitiful selection of the weapons. It does not give you the titular shuriken and lightning gun until way late in the demo. And even at that point, it does not give you enough ammo for these weapons. So you're constantly having to switch back and forth. So even though the lightning and shuriken weapon is still in there, it doesn't feel good because it always runs out of ammo so damn fast. So, it just does not feel like they did right by this game at all. So I said no thanks. And it's a fairly sizable demo, but it divided up so weirdly. It doesn't make sense. I think it jumps you ahead, and I don't know. The story in that game doesn't make sense. That's all I can say. Because I didn't understand it at all. It was very confusing. So I kicked that off my hard drive as soon as I was done with that. Then I tried out very, very, very early after our last podcast, I tried out the demo for the game Storm on Xbox Live Arcade. It's kind of a physics-based puzzle game where you're in control of air, lightning, and I want to say there was something else I'm forgetting. But I know you're in control of air and lightning. So you're in control of some of the elements to get a seed from a tree to a new area that would allow the seed to grow into a new tree. And
this sounds like a flower wannabe.
It does give me that vibe too, yeah. That's kind of the only thing that this game has. To get the seed to the new area where it can grow, and you win the level.
Yep.
It gives you like 4 levels to try, and it is over in about 9 minutes total. If you're, quick enough with picking up on the controls. It's really, really short demo. And after playing the demo, I'm like, I think I've had enough of the game.
Yeah.
Because if this is all it's got going for it, I kind of don't really care.
Hey, I've got this wonderful thing for you. It's called the Journey Collection. And one of the 3 games on it. Now, it's only on PlayStation, so I'm sorry, but you can get it on disc. But, there's this wonderful game called Flower, which is kind of similar, but a lot cooler with better music. And it's got kind of it doesn't have like a spoken story, but you kind of piece it together. It's much more artistic. And, yeah, it's just a better game.
Yeah, the game just doesn't look very good artistically. It's fine, it works, but there's no spark.
Yeah.
There's nothing that drew me into it, unfortunately.
Speaking of no spark, tell me about this Pacific Rim. Is it as wonderful as the PC version that I watched a quick look of?
I don't know if that was the PC version that they had video of. Was it?
Yeah, it was the PC version. Because Vinny bought it on Steam for $10, and he just went off about on the podcast, just like, oh, why did I buy this?
Okay, well, yeah. I'm pretty sure it's code line for code line, the exact same game.
Yeah, it's God Hand, which allowed me to delete.
No. No, you're thinking of a different game. You're thinking of R.I.P.D.
Oh, oops. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, you're right. My bad.
Yeah.
My bad.
Yeah, this is the Pacific Rim, the video game.
Yeah, this is
for Xbox Live Arcade.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah, this is what basically amounts to a reskin of an old game that the same company released. I think it was Ukes, actually, that released this game. That Ukes released for Real Steel, the movie.
Oh, okay. So this is a reskin too.
Yeah, it's pretty similar.
Oh wow! And I remember Real Steel, like that being like one of the top PSN downloads for a couple months there when it came out, and Colin Moriarty ranting on Podcast Beyond, like, why are you people buying this game? It's terrible.
It's so Pacific Rim, the video game, is a brawler in a 3D space. And every time you punch, it feels like everything just isn't connecting at all. It doesn't feel like there's any weight to the moves. Yep. It feels just super flat and really lifeless.
Psst, hey, you want downloadable fighters? I got some nice ones for you right here. You want some one-on-one fighters? Take a look at this. I got Marvel vs. Capcom Origins. I got Street Fighter 3 Third Strike. I got Darkstalker's Resurrection, and if you wait a couple of
Which-
months, I'll have Soul Calibur 2. So buy those instead.
Yeah. Yeah, I would recommend every single one of those games over this, because this is just terrible. It's a terrible movie cash-in.
Well, at least it's not a
It's
disc.
playable.
Well, at least it's not a disc, and it's not more than like $10 or $15.
It's $15.
Okay, well, it's way too expensive,
Was it-
and
It's 10? No, I think it was 15. Yeah.
Okay, but-
I think it was 15.
but yeah,
And
I
they
mean,
charge you extra for the customization of colors.
oh gosh, okay, yeah,
That's an extra download.
move.
That is insane.
All right,
Seriously.
What
That's
did
just
you-
don't bother.
what did you
It's
do with-
terrible.
okay. What did you do with Borderlands? Because I need to play that.
All right, so yeah, back to my last disc-based game was Borderlands 2. I started up my new character for Krieg once I got around to playing, and I've got my Krieg up to level 41 already.
Oh jeez.
What?
That-
I've been playing it.
No,
I've been playing it for like weeks and weeks now.
Yeah, I know. I still have yet to play Tiny Tina.
Which also brings me to the DLC that I played, which was indeed Tiny Tina's Assault on Dragon's Keep.
And from all things I've heard, seems awesome.
It is the best DLC I have played. Period. Literally the best DLC.
Of Borderlands?
Just period.
Oh.
I would literally put this above
Oh.
Shadow Broker.
You haven't done Citadel
is-
yet. You've not played Citadel yet.
I know what happens in Citadel. Unfortunately, somebody spoiled it for me.
Who spoiled it for you?
Weekend confirmed. Yeah, I don't
Did
know.
they at least do a warning?
Nope, not really.
Who did it? I am sending an angry tweet at
I
them.
don't remember her name. but
Oh,
it
it's
was,
Andrea. It's the escapist lady then.
I think so. It might have been her.
Yeah, I am sending an angry tweet at her.
I don't know. I don't remember her saying anything about spoiler warnings or anything like that.
Do you know which episode
So-
it was?
No, it was a while ago. I think it was back near when Citadel came out.
It's Andrea Renee, I think.
Yeah, I think that's the name. Yeah.
Keep going. I am
But-
typing my angry tweet. There
But
she is.
as I said, that has to be the best DLC. Period. For anything I've played this year, and easily better than the Mass Effect DLCs for Citadel. Or not the. Yeah, for Mass Effect 2. Easily beats out that. It's so well done. It's emotional near the end in a way I didn't think it would be.
Well,
It's so good.
I've got to play this because I think we're going to have a knockdown, drag out fight for DLC of the year. I can already see this coming down the road.
Well, I have to actually go watch the videos for the Mass Effect Citadel DLC.
That Revan guy that I've told you about before, he'll have all of them. The
Okay.
Revan 657 or whatever that I've mentioned before.
Does he talk during?
No.
Okay.
It's just
All right.
the cutscenes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So I'll go watch that then.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I went through that on my first playthrough with Krieg. I had a lot of fun with that DLC. It was great. It was really, really good. I cannot recommend enough that if you like Borderlands 2, you need to download Tiny Tina's Assault on Dragon's
I've
Keep.
got it downloaded. I have the season pass. I just literally haven't played it.
I'm just
Yeah.
you
Yes.
have to play that DLC. It is that good. It is uproariously funny, and like I said, at the end, I did not think it could get that emotional, but it did for me. So, yeah, I'm really, really enjoying Krieg. He is the character that I think I was missing, because he reignited my spark for how much I love playing Borderlands 2. After having such a tough time with the commando and not really enjoying the Gunzerker, not really enjoying the Sniper, or the Assassin. Liking the Necromancer, but because I've started that character as a playthrough character with my cousin, I don't really play that character too much. And after trying out the Siren, which I was really enjoying the Siren's abilities as well, I have come to absolutely adore how incredibly hard it is to kill Krieg if you have him spec'd out right. Because you can constantly rampage and regain your health if you're doing it right. There is nary a time when you go solo where you should die. And that is only when you run up against badass characters or badass enemies that are well above your level. Which unfortunately, Assault on Dragon's Keep does have one spot where that can happen. There's, for some reason, a enemy in the forest. I want to say it's the first forest you go to. Or no, it's might be the second forest you go to. But regardless, it's in the forest areas where the character will actually level up constantly as you're fighting him. Not when he kills things, just he'll level up as time goes by. So you have to kill him quickly. And he's an orc, so just... That's kind of the only area where I had a lot of trouble. As soon as I got past that area, wasn't really having a lot of trouble at all with the rest of the DLC. And I even soloed that final boss fight. Didn't even die, which I was incredibly happy about. So, really, really enjoying Krieg as a playable character. So if you hadn't enjoyed how frail you were in Borderlands or Borderlands 2, I think Krieg is definitely the character for you. Because he's super resilient.
I guess I did buy him because he was on sale, wasn't he, for $5?
I think so.
Yeah, I think I did.
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
I think I did buy him.
Yeah, he's a pretty good character. I really like him. He's definitely the character I'm going to continue playing a lot. So, just rolling through playthrough 2 now, trying to level up and get some more loot and guns. So that's pretty much kind of all I have for Borderlands 2 at the moment. I still want to go back and do Sir Hammerlock's DLC complete through, but I still haven't just yet. Because I'm actually kind of waiting until I get Krieg up to level cap of 61, which, news! Crazy, they're raising level cap to 72.
Makes sense. I mean, it gets them more money to... Because, Aliens isn't exactly helping them out, and it gets them more money to fund the development of Borderlands 3 or Border Worlds or whatever they're going to call it.
Yeah, whatever the next game is, yeah. Yeah, that's... I don't know if they needed to raise the level cap that much.
Well, see, I think they're doing what Bethesda should have done with Skyrim.
Which is...
Put more DLC out there. You're not going to have the next game of the series out. Right now, it doesn't look like Fallout 4 is going to hit next year. It's probably going to be 2015 before the next, Fallout or Borderlands game hits. Why not get more money? Those games, trust me, they are evergreen titles. They may not be seen.
Yeah.
They sell used and new.
They recently put out the legendary Game of the Year version for Skyrim.
Well, right, but that's like saying we're done with Skyrim, and that's why I'm saying that they're wrong. They should have, first off, I mean, those 2 super big expansions for PC, if there's any way possible, I'd see how to monetize those, give those guys some money, and then put those on the console. Especially that one the kid made. I think both of them have professional voice actors in it, from what I remember. I remember the kids does, and I'm pretty sure this other one does.
I don't know if they were professional. I think they were
semi-pro.
They were definitely well known enough.
Yes, they were more than just the guy's friends.
They were more than amateurs.
Yes, exactly. So,
but yeah, the 19-year-old kid puts out a 25-hour mod.
Yeah.
For Skyrim. That is crazy.
Yeah, I just think Bethesda had big, huge games sitting there getting laid off for the second time in a year. Just hire them all, give them the Skyrim engine, and say, go to town and make us an expansion or 2 for Skyrim. And
it would have made a lot of sense.
It would have made a lot of money, to help fund, I mean, they're just making money. I mean, it's just printing money. And
it would have made a lot of sense, because I think I'm gonna start playing Skyrim again, just so I can finally go in and do all the DLC that I didn't do.
Wait, I need to do Dragonborn.
I need to do Dragonborn, and I need to do Dawnguard because I haven't done either one, and I really wanted to do both.
Do Dawnguard first, as it's shorter.
Well, yeah, obviously, because I need to stop the damn friggin' vampire attacks happening all over towns. Yeah. And I need to find out what happened to my house Carl in Whiterun. Because remember, last time we talked about this, last time I played, she just wasn't there.
Yeah, I don't know. There are some glitches that I'm kind of mad that they said we're done with Skyrim, because there's still glitches. My shield is still invisible when I'm a vampire in Skyrim. If I cure myself of vampirism, the shield comes back. As soon as I become a vampire again, the shield disappears.
Okay.
I mean, it's still there. It still has the stats. It still does. I can still do the shield bash, but there's just no sound, and it's not. It just looks like it's not there.
That's pretty funny.
Who knows what happened with your? I mean, Lydia. For me, I made her a blade.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, she's not there anymore. But see, and then also remember in my game, a certain character that dies in the quest line for the companions is back, and now also Ayla, is no longer at my Whiterun house. She's back at back in the companion's home in Whiterun, and acts like we're not married anymore. So,
oh jeez.
Yeah. So
okay.
I don't know.
Yeah, I gotta try and I gotta go back to that, play that, because I'm getting the itch to play Skyrim again. Just because I've seen that the patch came out that lets you reset your skills.
Yeah.
So that you can gain so many levels. And I just really want to do that. So.
All right, but why don't you do this handheld stuff here, or PC? You got PC stuff too.
Yeah, I'll start with PC and then work my way back to handhelds and finish off with the handheld stuff, because I'm sure no one wants to hear about my handheld exploits, but they must be told. Yeah, all right. Well, let's just skip to the PC stuff then. All right, so I decided once the Steam sale was in full swing, I have so many damn PC games sitting here that I haven't played. Let's finish up a few. And I decided to finish playing Pixel for the PC as well. So, yeah, finished Pixel, at least is the story mode. Game gets weird. I mean, for a game that's about a parody of a parody, it's already pretty crazy, but it gets really crazy near the end. Still very fun. Enjoyed my time with it. Yeah, I really would recommend checking it out if you can get it on sale. It's well worth the price. Then I decided, for some random reason, I need to play Portal again. I don't know why, but I need to play Portal. So I booted up Portal, and during one afternoon, I finished it off in just a little over 2 hours. The game is so good.
Mm.
You need to play and finish that game so you can play Portal 2.
Yeah,
so good.
I have Portal 2 on PlayStation.
Well, I think I can actually play with you then, because I have it on PC.
Yeah, I have to
for the co-op stuff.
Yeah, I have to do the download, and I've got a couple of codes that if I download my PS3 version because it's 8 gigs, I have to download that and then install it. And I've got a couple of PC codes that should unlock maybe hopefully the PC version as well. But
well, I'm pretty sure you can play PC and PS3 together. So that I would be perfectly happy to go play through all the co-op mode stuff again, and experience the DLC that they had for that too, because I never got the chance to play that. So I just had an itch to play that, so I played it, finished it up, loving every minute of it. And this was actually the first time I played it since they implemented the patch that put in the hooks for Portal 2. So it's pretty seamless, actually. If you had no idea that they even put a little tiny extra in, you'd never even notice that there was anything added on. It's that seamless. So, well, I'll give them a bravo for that. I'm starting to lose my voice because we've been talking for so long. So, let me try and finish this up. Alright, I played and finished. Well, finished in as much as you can finish Poker Night at the Inventory 1 on PC. I.e., I have all 4 of the unique items. And pretty much have all but 2 of the hand achievements. So I didn't get a flush, or a royal flush. And I didn't get some other thing that was hand related. And those were the only ones I didn't win with. But beyond that, I have everything there is to have in that game. And boy, is everyone right. The AI in that game is terrible.
yeah,
Oh, it is so easy to tell when they're bluffing. So easy to tell when they're bluffing. If they continue to push in and raise against you, they have a hand that can beat you. If they raise and you raise and they fold, they obviously had a weaker hand. So you can easily read them like a book. But because I'm stubborn and because I always think there's no way they could possibly have a hand that's better than 4 kings, I'm like, oh, they have the royal flush. Okay, that's, sure, why not? Okay. Yeah. It happened. It was pretty bad. I was kind of really upset about that. So I really hate Tycho's voice in that game. It really doesn't fit him at all. It just doesn't sound right at all. Yeah. The heavy, for the most part, I enjoyed. Strong Bad was also really fun. Max was kind of the runaway hit from that game. He was kind of the best for all the one-liners. He just kind of had the best voice work, pretty much. I'd say he was kind of my favorite of the 4. At least for how much fun it was to hear his lines looping over and over. Because I got to the point where I had heard everything. So, unfortunate that it looped that quick. Because I was like 2 unique items in. By the time I heard it, I started hearing things loop way too often. So, I heard all the unique stuff. It was funny for the most part. But yeah, I really could have done without Tycho's voice actor. It's just terrible.
and it wasn't himself.
No, it wasn't Jerry.
Okay.
It was not. It was not the Penny Arcade guys.
Okay.
So yeah, it didn't fit him at all. It was some other actor, and it didn't fit.
Okay.
All right, so that pretty much finishes up my PC jaunt for the moment. I have plenty of other PC games that I wanted to get into, but I didn't want to make my list of games that I had played longer than it already was. Alright, so I played and finished Picross E for the 3DS eShop. And yeah, I kind of didn't really enjoy the free mode puzzles as much as everything else. I think I explained this last time.
Mm-hmm.
The lack of time limit or time penalties for free mode. It just, or any penalties rather at all. It just, I don't know, it didn't feel as fun. So, I don't know. I didn't have as much fun with the free mode puzzles for that game. But I did finish everything off. So, got all 150 puzzles finished, I want to say. So, finished up that pretty early in the month. And then I learned just this week that Nintendo was releasing Picross E2 for the 3DS.
Oh, yeah.
So, with my leftover credit from when I bought Picross E1, I bought Picross E2 and started playing that. So look forward to me playing more Picross E2 throughout the rest of this next month until I finish that up. I've already finished all the easy puzzles because they are super, super easy to finish. And now I'm working on the free mode puzzles because I'd rather keep the fun normal mode puzzles until last. The one new thing that they added that I have not tried out yet is the Picross mode. And the Picross mode is a series of 10 by 10 Picross puzzles that you do in whatever order you like, but as you do them, they start to reveal a famous work of art, say like the Mona Lisa. So you're basically putting the Mona Lisa together piece by piece. So that sounded interesting, and you know, it's Picross, so I had to get it because I friggin' love me some Picross.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll bet people are sick of me talking about Picross, so I will move on. We already kind of pretty much talked about my thoughts on Project X Zone Demo 1, so I'll just skip off to my last game that I played this past couple weeks, and it sort of beat me down to the point where I kind of don't want to play it anymore, was Henry Hatsworth in the Puzzling Adventure for the DS. Yeah, once you hit that third world, you hit a brick wall pretty bad. And that game ramps up in difficulty in a way that I'm not sure they play tested it properly. Yeah, so I finished up the third world and spent 2 hours on the third boss in that game. Or no, sorry, not 2 hours. It took me an entire hour straight of playing through the third boss fight to win and move on to the fourth world. Now that I'm in the fourth world, I'm about halfway through the fourth world, and I hit this mid-level boss, and it's just, I can't do it. I just do not have the patience to attempt. I played that level for 3 hours and made no progress. I could not get past that level. I don't know. It ramps up so fast in difficulty at that point. I can't do it anymore. I don't have enough gems saved up in my collection that I can't go buy extra hearts for my life bar, because those things are ridiculously overpriced, and I can't increase my attack power because that's just outside my price range as well. I hit the brick wall and just I have to stop. I can't play this game anymore. It's not fun anymore. It literally became unfun. Whereas up to that point, up to that third boss, I was having a lot of fun. It was challenging, sure, but it was still fun. And then I hit that boss, and then I was like, what the hell is going on? Yeah, I'm done with that game. I'm gonna move on to another DS game or 3DS game, because I cannot continue to play that game. It is just gonna make me go crazy, and I'm gonna snap my 3DS in half if I keep doing it.
All right. Sounds like a plan.
Yeah, so unfortunately I had to end on a downer, but that's all the stuff that I've been playing. So what do you want to shoot off to next?
Let's do NPDs real quick.
Okay, let's do the NPD numbers for what month?
June.
All right.
Now it's that time of the month that causes gamers worldwide to be crabby and irrational. No, it's not PMS. It's NPD.
All right, lay those numbers on me.
All right. Yeah, we just didn't get time to do May's. I think Injustice was number 1 in May. But so this is all of June and the first full week of July. So 5 weeks. For the second straight month, the number 1 selling hardware unit in North America was the 3DS. I contributed.
Gee, I wonder why.
I contributed to that in May, and then in June, the 3DS sold 225,000 units, which is a 45% increase over last year. The one bright spot with retail sales down 15% overall. Xbox was the number 1 selling console at 140,000 units, which was down 45.5%, but still the number 1 console, even though the number 1 game was not a 360 game.
Gee, I wonder what it was.
Yeah. All right, so we'll go.
Already knowing full well what it is.
All right, so we'll go to the top 10, and number 10 was Luigi's Mansion.
Oh, cool.
So second straight month, it was in the top 3 for. It's been in the top, in May. It was in the top 3 in May as well. So still selling. Number 9, Battlefield 3.
Huh.
Well, that's powered
Okay.
by sales of the Ultimate, or I forget, Premium Edition.
Oh yeah,
The ones that have the premium code in them. That dropped to $40, and it's been on sale for as cheap as $30. All right, number 8, Deadpool. Only had a couple weeks on the chart, but enough to get to number 8.
That's unfortunate.
Not bad that it actually charted, though.
Yeah, but it's unfortunate because the game wasn't that great.
It's a good rental. That's a Redbox game if I ever saw it.
Sure.
Yeah.
Not a game that you'd want to buy.
Right.
So that's why it's unfortunate that it's on the list.
All right, number 7, Donkey Kong Returns. Solid, date. Well, I guess it's the second month it's been out.
Yeah.
Number 6, Injustice. So it goes from 1 to 6. Still in there. Number 5, NBA 2K13. Sales and, the NBA Finals ending up, so.
Yeah, I guess that probably would boost it. Yeah,
Number 4, Call of Duty Black Ops 2.
yeah, map packs, so that'll do it.
And the top 3 by a long shot, number 3, and NeoGaf was like, WTF? And I'm like, well, you don't work retail. Number 3 was the retail disc copy of Minecraft.
Yeah, they all heard that earlier as well.
Lots of people don't have the internet,
Yeah.
boys and girls.
Or they just don't want to deal with Microsoft points.
Yeah. And they can trade it in, too.
Yeah, if they ever grow tired of it.
Right.
But how can you grow tired of Minecraft? It is Minecraft. It will consume your soul.
Speaking of which, number 2, with incredible debut on 3DS, be even better if Nintendo would actually print cartridges the first month the game's out, is Animal Crossing New Leaf.
Yeah. Crazy.
And the number one game by far, and let me get the NPD quotes right from the NPD spokesman, the second highest debut of a PS3 only, a Sony PS3 only game, next to only God of War 3, and the third biggest sales for any June release since 1995. Number one, by a long shot, is The Last of Us.
Yep, and it deserves it.
It is insane, and I wonder if we're in that top three because Metal Gear is up there too. So I bet you, so. So literally 3 of the highest selling June debuts in NPD history for 18 years. 2 of them are PS3 exclusives. Because Metal Gear Solid 4 was a June game, and then now Last of Us.
People want good games even during the summer.
Yep. I can't tell you how many people I've heard go to a GameStop employee be like, "I want Last of Us is only on PlayStation." Yes. Aww.
Yeah, I know. I have that same feeling right now.
Yeah, but you know that. You're not going to ask... You know that.
Well, yeah, obviously.
They there's a lot of people... Yeah. That's where I was getting at. But yeah, I mean, just phenomenal.
Yeah.
And there were some phenomenal games that came out in July, and there's some pretty big hitters in August as well.
You think we have time to go over it?
Yeah. It's pretty short.
All right, let's hit up the new releases for the games coming soon. All right, so what was released this month and what's coming next month?
All right, so the week of July 4th was nothing on
I wonder why.
On consoles.
I wonder why.
All right.
July
9th had 2 really good games and then 1 kind of disappointing one. July 9th had NCAA Football 14.
Okay.
And then the PS3 got Metal Gear Solid The Legacy Collection, which is every Konami-developed Metal Gear game.
Yeah. It's kind of unfortunate that it's exclusive only to PS3s, but...
Well, okay, that's a 2-disc Blu-ray. 1 disc is Metal Gear Solid 4. The other disc is everything else.
Yeah. Well, I mean, everything else wasn't as big, yeah.
Right. That's just... And then the game that I wish was good was disappointing, but hey, if you went to Mad Catz's panel at Comic-Con, you got the game for free, was Dark. It's a vampire stealth game made by those Calypso.
Right, yeah.
It's published by that. I think it's published in America by Mad Catz, but it was developed by the Calypso, the people who did like Omerta and
Omerta.
Yeah, it's one of those Eastern European games that's not like CD Projekt. So it's a little janky.
Yeah, it's not a little.
Yeah.
Well,
I've not watched any gameplay of it. I'm just going by
putting it mildly.
The reviews are all like 4s and 5s, so
it's very, very janky. It's more accurate.
Sorry, that sucks. So I'd like a good vampire game.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. All
right.
It is a hard stealth game.
Oh.
You get seen once, you're done.
Oh, great. Ugh.
It's hard stealth. It's very, very hard to get out of instant death when you get seen.
Okay. All right. So July 16th saw Dynasty Warriors 8. And as of right now, don't buy that game on 360 because it's crap.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. Wow, the slowdown on that game. Oh, that's another thing I forgot. Holy crap. Some of the slowdown on the 360 version of Borderlands 2. Jeez. When there are a lot of particle effects going off all at once, I could count the frames happening. It is crazy. And that's not even just the DLC. It's in the main game. It was crazy. I've never seen that happen. But I've had it happen a lot. As of late, at least. So maybe it's just a patch thing, but I don't know.
Alright.
Hopefully they can fix that.
Okay, well, what else came out on the 16th was Turbo Super Stunt Squad, based off the animated DreamWorks
The movie. Yeah.
Time and Eternity, an NIS JRPG that's supposedly pretty bad from the reviews I've seen.
Yeah, I don't know.
And the Serious Sam collection on disc for 360. This is all the XBLA Serious Sam games on disc.
First Encounter, Second Encounter, and before First Encounter.
Yeah.
Oh, and Double XL, I think, too?
Yeah, I think there's 4.
Yeah.
All right, so July 23rd, the only game that came out was Smurfs 2 for, like, everything.
Joy. Because that's a game everyone should play.
Yeah. And then July 30th, there is a retail collector's edition for $40 of Terraria.
Okay, that's not terrible.
The download's $15, comes with like a USB stick and some other stuff.
Yeah, I mean, if you're getting extra stuff, that's not terrible.
All right. August 6th, so here comes in some pretty big Japanese games on the 6th. If you have an Xbox, sorry. But if you have a Wii U, Pikmin 3.
Yeah, finally.
And if you have a PS3, Tales of Xillia and Dragon's Crown.
Yeah.
So I just don't like. Why do all the Japanese-centric games just fighting each other to the death on the 6th?
I don't know. That's just when they got finished translating everything, I guess.
I guess, but all right. So then the 13th. All right. As of right now, Payday 2 is supposed to be coming out on the 13th. However, when I went to double check the list tonight on GameStop, all of a sudden the disc version of Payday 2, the date was taken off of it, which sometimes shows as a delay. So maybe it's coming as just a download now because of Microsoft's self-publishing thing. Update, I don't know, but just be aware that may be back to a download only game. If you were just dead set on the retail version, I don't know. And then Angry Birds Trilogy for Wii U.
Really?
Yes.
The Wii U?
Yeah, finally.
Oh, sure, why not?
The same one that came out, last fall for the other consoles. All right, so here comes.
Might as well.
Yeah, here comes the. Yeah. It would work on that tablet.
Money.
Yeah, I mean
it's money.
Right.
Let's print the money.
Exactly. All right, so the big hitters like August 20th, just wave the flag. August 20th. This is the start of the fall Christmas rush.
Woo-hoo.
This is where the big hitters start coming out just about every week.
All right.
All right, because first off, on August 18th, you have Disney Infinity.
Yeah.
Not something maybe you or I would get, but that's going to sell.
Yeah. It's definitely interesting, though.
But then on August 20th, you have...
Maybe once they add in stuff like Star Wars and Marvel?
Yeah.
Maybe?
All right, but then you have this triple play combo on August 20th. You have the Bureau XCOM Declassified.
Oh, so good. Looks so good.
Splinter Cell Blacklist. And Saints Row 4.
Yeah.
That is an insane. And if you want to wait a week to get DuckTales Remaster on PS3, you can pay $5 more, get it in a retail box with a download code, and the same 2 collector pins they gave away at Comic-Con.
Cool.
Then we get to the final week of August for the consoles, which starts off on the 25th with the disc release of New Super Luigi U. This is the DLC for New Super Mario Bros. U, but this is on a separate disc that is, it's its own thing. You can play it on just that disc.
Yeah, it's standalone.
Standalone, yes.
I just don't understand why the huge gap in when they released it for disc.
Push the digital.
I mean, I guess, but I know at least one person who was literally waiting because he wanted it on disc.
Well, he's got to wait a month.
Yeah.
All right, the big release, of course, its new spot of the last Tuesday in August, Madden NFL 25.
Of course.
And then just about every single Japanese or Eastern European game, just like, we're not going at the beginning of the month, we're going at the end of the month. I'm talking Lost Planet 3, Killer is Dead,
Mhm.
Final Fantasy 14, A Realm Reborn.
Well, let's not go crazy here. That game should not be played by anyone.
Well, the new version has good buzz with its beta.
Oh, it may.
Yeah,
but
I know.
You shouldn't. No one should play that game.
Hatsune Miku Project Diva, which is a fairly successful series in Japan that's making its U.S. debut. And then you have...
It took me a second to register the name.
I may be mispronouncing it horribly, but...
That's pretty close if you didn't pronounce it exact.
All right, Painkiller, Hell and Damnation.
Don't get that game.
And Arcania, the Complete Collection. This is Gothic 4 and all of its DLC for $20.
Okay.
Which is cheaper than what Gothic 4 is currently.
Yeah.
All right, so the handhelds. A handheld game actually came out July 4th weekend, Crash City Mayhem. But then the following week, there was nothing.
Of course.
The 16th, we already talked about Shin Megami Tensei 4. Remember, you have to either buy it digitally, which, by the way, come on, Atlas, sell the digital copy cheaper. The only reason the physical copy is that much is because of all the physical extras you put in. The digital copy should be cheaper.
They want their money. So we have to teach them by not getting the digital versions.
All right, but so don't forget, if you want the $30 eShop credit, you have to register Club Nintendo codes for Shin Megami Tensei 4 and Fire Emblem before the end of August. Also, Turbo Super Stunt Squad came out on the 16th. Smurfs 2 came out on the 23rd. This is all 3DS, by the way, just in case you were wondering. July 30th, there's nothing. Then August 6th is a Vita game. The one lone summer Vita game, Dragon's Crown, comes out for Vita August 6th. I should note the lone retail Vita game.
Yeah.
Because there's tons of downloadable ones.
Yeah, there's tons of digital stuff like that downloadable version of Tokyo Jungle.
Yeah, and then stuff like
sounds really
Guacamelee
interesting.
And yeah.
It sounds really interesting to what they did with that. But it's not the same game though, exactly. Which is what's crazy.
All right. Then also on August 6th for 3DS, Disney Planes.
Oh, right, yeah, the sequel to Cars. Yeah, because, sure, why not? Let's make even more anthropomorphic machines that don't make sense.
All right. Then Sunday, August 11th, the new Mario and Luigi Dream Team.
That looks good.
Yeah, just beware. Carts could be an issue.
Yeah, I know.
And then Sunday, August 18th is the 3DS version of Disney Infinity. And there's nothing the last week of August.
Alrighty.
For the handhelds. Yeah, no Madden on Vita this year. And we're done.
Gee, I wonder why.
Well, they're still doing FIFA 14 on Vita.
FIFA is actually bigger than Madden.
I know. But
if you really think about it, it is much bigger.
I know worldwide it's bigger, but...
Yeah. It has a bigger installed base. That's why it's going to be something they'll do for at least a few more years.
But anyway, that's it.
Alrighty, I guess we'll call that a show, and we'll get back to doing news hopefully next week. But we shall see. Because our schedules don't always sync up, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So, I guess that'll do it for this episode. Don't forget to subscribe to the show from iTunes, Zune Marketplace, or through the RSS feed. And if you're on the go, you can always listen to us on Stitcher Radio on your smartphone. Go ahead and hit up Facebook to give us a like on Facebook at Checkmate Arcade, because now all you have to do is type in facebook.com/Checkmate Arcade.
Yep.
And what else? Twitter. Go ahead and hit us up on Twitter for any questions you need answered about the show, anything going on, any news you wanna have explained. Go right ahead and tweet us at Checkmate Arcade, no spaces.
Yeah, and as long as my phone doesn't break, because the Twitter app lets you see 2 accounts, so any tweet you send at Checkmate Arcade, I will see it and respond as quickly as possible.
And if it involves me, he'll send me a tweet. Or a private message on Twitter and let me know as well.
And I am very active on Twitter at MSU Hitman.
and I'm mostly active when I'm tweeting about all the things that I'm posting to acquire money, because I don't want them in my house. And I will give them to you, so you can have them in your house, and have them take up space in your home. So, at Dark Boss Man, if you want to follow me tweeting about all the cards that I keep posting and such. Alright, so I think that'll do it for this episode, where I've rolled for the initiative and hit a 20. So I think I'm in good shape. My name is Stephen Boss, the Dark Boss Man.
And I kind of like this all-out aggro thing. It's kind of fun, and it's simple to play in Magic. I'm MSU Hitman Jason Billingsley.
That's kind of how I played my verses, so I'm very at home with playing super aggressively.
I was more mid-range, straight curve and versus, so...
Well, I loved playing curve, but I was very aggressive with my curve.
I love the original Marvel Knights KO, not Kurt's version. I mean, there's nothing wrong with Kurt's version. I mean, it's better, but it had more powerful cards. But I really like the original Marvel Knights KO that I ran at PCQs for a while.
I tried playing a Marvel Knights Underworld deck. I just could never get it to work right.
Yeah. What other Rush decks did I play? JLI 4 or less was fun.
Yeah, I tried that at a Pro Tour event.
JLA Rock was fun.
Or a Pro Tour qualifier event, I should say. Be clear about that. Pro Circuit qualifier, right. Yeah.
Rock JLA was fun.
Yeah.
Avengers, I like the newer.
You know what?
Avengers.
Yeah, I guess technically the Avengers Reservist was kind of a rush.
Version 2.
Version 1 was kind of a rush.
Yeah, I didn't like version 1 that much. I like version 2.
I loved me some Avengers. That was such a fun set.
Oh yeah, that was the best overall Marvel set in terms of draftability. That's like if you could draft one versus set for Marvel, Jason, well it'd be Marvel Universe. And then on the DC side, it's Infinite Crisis.
Marvel? You mean Marvel Avengers?
No, I'm talking version 2 of...
Right, I'm talking about the first version, the very first introduction of Reservist.
Right, I understand, but I'm saying... Okay, so sorry, I was transitioning thoughts. You're version 1 Marvel
confusing.
Avengers, I'm version 2.
I really, really enjoyed once they went back and really gave the Avengers the powerhouse overwork that they needed. And made Reservist even better. The second run, yeah.
My only regret with Versus is I didn't go with my gut, and Kurt, thanks a lot for talking me out of it, of playing Hellfire at Pro Circuit Atlanta.
Oh, the Hellfire Club?
Yes.
Yeah.
Kurt just didn't think that deck would go, and I played that crappy Brotherhood deck that we came up with that just blew up. And I should have played Hellfire Club. Because I literally would have had almost the deck list that it was. I would have had it pretty close on my own.
Yeah.
All right.
So now that we've devolved into our trading cards, let's say adios for this week, and maybe we'll see you on live PSN, and maybe even on the net.
Peace out, everybody.